Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Talks with Jinesh. In today's episode, we're going to talk about the recent deportation of over 700 international students from Canada. It's a sad story, and we're going to see what led to such a high number of international students being deported. Let's start about a case of a student in Ontario who was pulled over in 2019 by the cops. He was driving a commercial vehicle from Montreal to Toronto, and it was a routine stop where he was pulled over and his documents were checked. His time sheets especially were checked by the officer, who later found out that the student had been working more than the allowable 20 hours off campus. So the officer on duty gave the case over to immigration department, and they found out that this was a violation of his study permit, as a result of which they issued the notice of deportation. Now this case was all over the news, and it got so much of attention that over 50,000 people signed petitions, online petitions, recommending to stop his deportation. But nothing seemed to work, and he was sent back eventually. Fast forward to the present day, we have news of over 700 international students being deported and sent back to their country. What led to such a large number of students being deported at once? To understand this, we have to go back in 2018. It was in 2018 when students, after completing their high school, would apply for their student visa and come to Canada. The students applied for their study visa through Education Migration Services in Jalandhar, India. This company was led by one Brijesh Mishra, who assured students that they will get their student visa, and also he was only charging 30 to 40,000 for all expenses, including their admission fees into the colleges, and he gave them admission in colleges like Humber College, which is a reputed college in Ontario. Once the students landed in Toronto and went to attend their classes, they get a phone call. They get a phone call from Brijesh Mishra telling them that the seats have all been filled up for the courses that they have registered, and that they should now wait for another 6 months for the next semester to begin if they wish to continue doing the studies in this semester. Now, and this should have been a red flag instantly, because when you register for a course, you are registered. Either you are registered or you are put on a wait list. If you are put on a wait list, you know almost instantly that you are on a wait list. So the lack of clarity and transparency led to students being misinformed from the very start. Mishra also returned the students their college fees, which made the students believe his genuineness. Later on, the students get admission in lesser known colleges. They complete their 1 to 2 year diplomas and go on to get their certificates. They even get their postgraduate work permits and are now working full-time in employed jobs. Everything seemed smooth, and Mishra was now long out of the picture. When the students became eligible for their permanent residency, that's when things started to go wrong. They gathered their documents and put in the application for permanent residency. The Canadian Border Security Agency scrutinized their documents and found out that their initial offer letter to Humber College, based on which their visas were issued, was fake. So Brijesh Mishra had actually created fake offer letters and somehow got them their study permits, and based on which they were able to come to Canada. Now when they're filing for their permanent residency, it was found that the initial offer letter based on which the visas were issued were all fake. As a result, now they had been served their deportation notices. The students had no idea and had even completed their studies and were on work permits when they received their notices of deportation from the CBSA. It is important to note that Mishra made every student sign documents indicating that they were self-applicants and did not use the services of any agency, which was clearly done to cover up the forgery of the fake documents. Despite the victims' claims of innocence, the CBSA did not accept them, since there is no evidence to prove that Mishra was involved in preparing or arranging any of the documents in the first place. When the parents of the students contacted Mishra or tried to get in touch with Mishra, his website, his offices are all shut down. It is heartbreaking to see now how these students who had come to Canada for further studies are going to have to go to court and fight for 3 to 4 years to clear their names. If you are coming to Canada for study purposes or even work purposes, be really careful on who you choose as your agent. Double check the documents you are signing and do your own research. I hope this story serves as a cautionary tale for those planning to come to Canada. If you are in any doubt whether your agent is an authorized agent or not, then go to the government's website cic.gc.ca and find out for yourself whether your agent is an authorized agent or not. If they are, only then continue moving forward with your visa applications with them. If you found this video helpful, give it a huge thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for future videos like this. That's it for today's episode, guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.